Hello, everybody. This is session 30 of campaign 4 called the Aura Friends. Do note that one of our players, Jason, he is Canadian and he was doing Canadian Thanksgiving at the time we filmed this. So it was like a travel episode, but I mean, some important stuff still happened here. We start off immediately after the fight concluded where we fought Hideo and his zombie minions, and we fought him off for the second time already. Uh, we were mainly tracking PJ's steps, his apprentice, who was just left alone after Hideo teleported out, and we were trying to see where he went. And he went south with the rest of the zombie forces that retreated, and we did not find any more footsteps after he, broke line of sight in the tree line. With the unfortunate death of Mr. Leadspine, the tavern keep of Last House, his wife, Mrs. Leadspines, she gave us a job, a request really, to give her safe travel east to the Highland Sea, along with her husband's corpse and all the other bodies from the fight, so that she could presumably wash him in the river and bless his body. She offers us gold for the job, and we didn't take it, and which gave us some big ups from Dunsmuir, the god of being friends, and it gave us some inspiration. We took what belongings she had and got a wagon with some mules, and we took off, loaded all the bodies in the back, and went on from there. Our travels took us upon a road in some ruins that had some poisonous, cursed, necromantic, poisonous, toxic goo in our pods that when they explode, turn into funny little shapes and then go away. Uh, we had an encounter with one that popped and turned sentient and hostile, and we had to fight it and stab it till it died. Peter now was on shooting duty, and he was shooting off a fire bolt as soon as one got within range to blow them up before they got too close. As we were traveling, a group of dragonborns wearing armor that matched their scales stopped us. They were profiling the humans in the group, which was Edward and Kevin, thinking that one of them was a werewolf. Where'd they get that idea? Well, they had a description of our group, and we lied to them pretty handily. Well, Edward and Peter did. They said that, nah, that's not us. That's not us. Not every human's a werewolf. What are you talking about? And Lady Leadspine, she, chimed in as well with some lying and some truth telling. And they eventually cool down and say that their god Lunar alerted the werewolf's presence, and they said that if if they said, not believing us, we had the curse, they would not pursue us if we were able to cure it by the time the next 10-day or full moon would show up. And they would meet us when the full moon happened. So we now had more more of a time limit, more urgency this time to go get a cure because these guys were looking pretty scary, and I didn't want to get attacked or stabbed by them. They didn't set a time. They didn't set a place. They just said that. So they know where we are somehow. So their threat has some weight to it. After that, Peter goes back to being an EOD bot, or is on EOD body, just shooting flaming and shooting pods with his flames whenever he came across the roads. And we saw one that had a murder of crows just like pecking at it. And Peter pokes at it with a firebolt, as he's one to do, taking a portion of the crows out before the pod blows up and takes a few of the crows that get hit with the goo. And like an evil animorph, it turns into this big, huge bird monster that it's like a rat king, but with like crows. Is weird, and it wants our eyeballs. I wanted to pick them out. Uh, we have a combat, but since Jason, who is one of the few ranged players at the table, was gone, really just boiled down to crossbow bolts, javelins, hand axes, and Durian jumping on the top of the wagon to get height and using the big giant's axe to try and take down the monster. You want to try it out? He picked off one of Trock's brothers, one of the big ogre brothers that was accidentally killed a while back, and was just testing it out. Peter pretty much does a good amount of damage, getting it close to death, and then Edward shoots it twice with bolts, bringing it down and killing it fully. When the dust settled, the party took a breather and then heard some coughing behind a rubber wall. We thought, oh, ambush or a creature or something was breathing in the dust of the bird monster hitting the ground. Further investigation revealed an old man who revealed his name was Jackson was infected with some of that bad goo. And it was so bad that Desperado, who was a paladin, has the ability to heal and remove poison and disease, could not heal it, could not cure it. And next to him was a 9-year-old boy whose name was Richard. Or was it Roger? Randy? It was Richard. It probably, whatever. You never forget your kid's name, surely. Surely not. Jackson made Durian promise to take care of his boy, and seeing that he needed some time to rest for a while, and Durian seeing the writing on the wall, this guy clearly is not making it. Said, sure, okay, I'll take care of the boy, and made an oath to Brahms, who blessed him. The mother, who is generally just like a good force of will on the people and, removes the chance for corpses to be raised by necromancers. And the Red Lady of the Lake, pond, some sort of water that, whatever Desperado prays to, whatever his thing is. That he'll look after the boy until he's of age or an adult. After that, Jackson gives Durian all the money in a pouch, which becomes Richard's college fund. It's about like 27 gold, which is not bad for a commoner, really. It's a pretty good savings. Um, After that, and a new child acquired in the party, we journey to a T junction in the road, and we head a bit north to a elven encampment that we learned about from Minowari from the Bean Garden. And I said he has a cousin here that lives here, and that we might find, might be able to stay and sleep and have at least a peaceful rest. We go through these trees that are moving around us, and their faces are popping out, and they're scowling at us. And it's weird and crazy. And then an elf woman steps out with a bow in her back, and she asks us about what our business is, being standoffish. Durian name drops Minowari. He gives her a letter of recommendation that we had written for this exact purpose, and explain what we were helping him with at the Bean Garden. Mood completely changes. She's pleased with us and says, "While we can't go to the main headquarters, we can rest on the outskirts for a night, but we have to leave before dawn." Especially saying, "Yeah, you could stay here. You can't stay here though. You gotta go and pack up and leave. We'll take what we can get though and make camp." And before the elven lady leaves completely, Durian, now with a kid, asks her if there's any like child toys, human child toys that might entertain him. I don't know, something, anything. He's new to this. He doesn't know what's going on. And she says so maybe she'll ask around and see what they have, delivering whatever she could scrounge up before we leave. And now we spend time with Richard, entertaining him with tricks. Peter shows him some magic tricks that's like too good for him to follow, too good for anyone to follow. His sleight of hand check was very, very high, and we test to see if he's like good at anything. It turns out he's got some like magical like aptitude in there. Maybe he can cast some spells. He seems quick-witted, He's a little bit dexterous, so he's got some potential in there. And then everyone arms the child. Well, everyone. Durian gives him a hand axe, and Peter gives him his old wand to see if he could cast spells with it, and like a crossbow, which will totally show him how to use. Totally, yeah. He for sure learns how to use a crossbow at some point. I don't think he does. But with a new child and taking a rest, we end the session there. That was session 30 of campaign 4. See you guys later.